The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde, Braddock, and the Magic City Monroe, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com.
The views and opinions expressed by the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, are of my own and no one else, nor do they reflect Beyond Ringside. So, ladies and gentlemen, due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's Wednesday night. It's the To Be Determined Show, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com. I'm the Oracle of Ominous, the Architect of Intellect, the Wicked Nemesis. And tonight, we have a double hitter. Yes, Hydra, Hell Hydra. Tonight, we have 2 interviews. First off, we're going to have a very special guest, and then we're going to have an even more special guest, no offense. But before we get started, I just want to say there have been several people out there that have been protesting against some of the marriage injustice, some of the inequality throughout the Southeast, especially in Alabama. I want to give a shout out to Jeremy Hurst and Teresa Hurst for what they've been doing, going out there and actually letting a different point of view be heard. And kudos to a lot of the independent media in Alabama for covering that. Not necessarily mainstream, but definitely all over the independent scene. So, speaking of the independent scene, our first guest this evening, a lot of people know. And if you don't, it's kind of a shame. But before we introduce our first guest, we want to say hello to the host of Beyond Ringside, and also my producer extraordinaire, the one and only Fast Eddie Layne. Eddie, how are you doing this evening?
Wonderfully well. The week is off to a great start, and it's going to keep getting better. And to everybody listening in to the Beyond Ringside app for Amazon, Android, and BlackBerry, thank you. To everybody trying to listen through the Beyond Ringside app for Apple, good luck with that. You must be psychic. Use TuneIn Radio app. There you go, TuneIn Radio app, because, as we all know, I get asked all the time, how do I hear it on iPhones? I'm like, there's an app for that. Well, it's TuneIn Radio app. TuneIn, one word.
Our other co-host for this very show, you know him, you love him. He is one half of the GCW Tag Team Champion. He is the Grand Design Clyde Braddock. Braddock, how you doing this evening?
Doing great, freezing my ass off, wearing my Yukon tracker hat, looking like Klitschnikov outside. But potato, tomato is.
Vichy soir.
And you will hear this woman throughout the evening with her laughter, because she's always going to laugh her ass off, and you'll hear her. Yep, she is one and only Angie Travis. Angie, how you doing this evening?
I'm great and wonderful.
Now, our first guest of this evening, she is someone that is known throughout the Southeast and is a fan favorite everywhere she goes, whether she works heel, babyface, tweener, what have you, whether she's tagging against guys, whether she's beating guys up. Someone that has quite the cult following. You know her, you love her. She is calm like a bomb. Pandora, your GCW Women's Champion and UIW Women's Champion. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, but gotta correct you, I am not the UIW Women's Champ.
Well, come on, get real.
Hmm?
Who gives a shit who holds the title?
Oh.
Let's be honest.
But I am the GCW Women's Champ.
Oh, we all know that. Everybody that knows anything about the Southeast Independent scene knows that. But you were pretty much the uncrowned UIW Women's Champion, so.
Why, thank you.
Well, I mean, your legacy that you have built, you have getting your ass kicked. But you about to have matches this Saturday in Temple, Georgia, against Ring of Honor Superstar, former TNA Women's World Champion, O.D.B.
I can't hear you.
Clyde, do me a favor. Clyde, mute your phone for 1 short minute, okay?
I got it. I hear you. Okay.
Now we'll fix that in post.
Good. Even I'm not that good.
Okay, let's start all over. Now,
Okay.
your legacy has been built of you getting your ass kicked up and down this entire scene of independent wrestling. With that being said, you might have your toughest match this Saturday in Temple, Georgia, against former TNA Women's World Champion and current Ring of Honor, I guess they're called superstar wrestler, worker, O.D.B. How are you getting ready for this match?
I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not trying to, downplay O.D.B. or anything, but I mean, I'm getting ready for her just like I would get ready for a match with Tracy Taylor or Mickey Knuckles or Jessie Bell or Amber O'Neal. I mean, she's a superstar, but hey, she's also another woman in the ring, right across the ring from me. And to be honest with you, she's gonna lose just like everybody else has.
Are you kind of at a disadvantage? Because right there on the poster, it has TNA and Ring of Honor Superstar, O.D.B., and then up under your name it says baddest woman or toughest woman in professional wrestling. Don't you think that kind of puts the entire weight of the world on your shoulders? Because everybody that knows O.D.B. knows that flyer, she is promoting it. So does that put you, people are like, who the fuck is this girl? And why in the fuck is O.D.B. not the toughest woman or baddest woman in professional wrestling?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, wrestling fans are wrestling fans, but she's stepping into my home. I mean, she's coming to UIW. You know what I'm saying? So basically everybody at UIW and everybody at this show on Saturday is going to know exactly who I am. I mean, and they know her from TV, but they know me. So, I mean, I feel just as much pressure in this match as I do in any other match that I've wrestled, to be honest with you. And I'm training just as hard, if maybe a little bit harder, because, I mean, she's definitely a bigger girl than me. And, I mean, strength-wise, she probably got that on me. But, I'll just be running circles around her.
Now, not too long ago, during your quote-unquote training, you were at a hockey game in Nashville. And your tag team partner of, what are you guys called? The Scream Machine? The Dream Team?
The Dream Team. Yes.
The Dream Team?
Yes.
I think it's because, sometimes you guys put people to sleep, but I'm just saying, your partner was jumped. Your partner was jumped at Southern Fried Championship Wrestling while you were trying to beat up a mascot. Explain yourself.
Well, in my defense, the mascot was at the wrong place at the wrong time. The Rangers were losing. So with that being said, he didn't need to be over there. Clearly, I needed to be at SFCW because, I don't know, to me, they're trying to make a name for themselves. They jump my partner when I'm not there, clearly, because you could see it all over Facebook that I'm in another state. So they pick that time to jump him and call me out when I'm not even there. But I mean, they're gonna make a name for themselves, all right. Because I'll be there March 7th. I'm gonna be in my partner's corner. I don't know why they're not letting me have a piece of her yet. They've got their reasons. So, but I'll be in my partner's corner. I guarantee you, she lays one finger on him, I'm gonna break him.
Who is they? Is it like They Live?
Well, apparently, SKS. This would be Supernatural. This would be Azrael, and then this chick who I don't even know who she is. She has now she's relevant. Now she has a name because she put her hands on Josh because now she's got a lot of heat with me. Oh, I'm gonna make her famous, all right.
So you don't even know this girl's name, and she's calling you out? Wow, that's kind of a disrespect, kind of a spit in your face.
Well, I kind of feel special, to be honest with you, because I got people that don't even know me calling me out. So that's okay. I'm answering. I'm going to answer her March 7th when I see you. I don't even know about making it out. I don't know if I'm going to make it out to the ring if I see you before it.
Now, after she spit in your face at Southern Fried while you were off watching your Rangers lose, I'm sure, in Nashville, you left your partner at a disadvantage by even not being there. Don't you have to accept some of the responsibility for that?
Yeah, I've heard this before, but I mean, hey, I was celebrating my birthday. What?
I'm just asking.
I mean, do I feel guilty? Yeah, I feel guilty that he was left alone. But I mean, I'm gonna make up for it. I'll make up for it.
Okay, now very recently, you won the GCW Women's Championship against the Bullet Babe, Amber O'Neal. What was your mindset going into that match, and how were you able to pull it off against Amber O'Neal, who is kind of synonymous with the Bullet Club right now, which is like this version of the NWO to its fullest extent?
Well, I mean, it was a one-on-one match. I didn't have my partner there or my people there. She didn't have her people there. So going toe-to-toe with her, I've done it time and time again as well. It was, I had my game plan on, and I would definitely had the mind frame to beat her that night and become the champ.
After that hard-fought victory, you decided to insert yourself and at the end of a match. I mean, you weren't even out there. You come running out from the back with your title on, and once again got in our business at GCW, our being the Sevenfold Saints, Dropkick, Steve Styles, and the Grand Design Clyde Braddock. Why would you even come out there and put yourself in harm's way? Because we all saw you take a pretty vicious harpoon after punching me in the nuts, obviously, which, fuck you. You caught the harpoon from the Grand Design Clyde Braddock, the footage up on YouTube and on the GCW Facebook fan page. Why even come out there?
Oh, I came out there because my presence wasn't felt out there earlier, and I mean, to be honest with you, I'm tired of you guys. And yeah, I took a vicious spear, but I slapped the shit out of Clyde. So with retrospect
harpoon,
to that,
get it right, woman.
We call it the harpoon.
Sorry.
This is
the harpoon.
Spear.
That's all right, because I'm going to be getting a lot of payback coming very shortly.
Anybody, I'm going to tell you, and you know why it's called the harpoon? Anybody can shoot a spear gun. Anyone can. It's easy. You point, you shoot. It takes a special person to use a harpoon. You have to throw that bitch. So,
yeah, well, you do realize that you're bragging and gloating over spearing a girl that is half your size, right? You got that point, right?
Slapped me in the face. You slapped me in the face twice. And I told you that you better make that next one count, because I knew you were going to slap me again because you're just a glutton for punishment. So I told you, go ahead.
Pandora, you stabbed him several months ago when you cut my hair.
Yeah.
I apologize. Not.
There's blood everywhere. I still have a scar. That's assault. I didn't tell nobody.
Huh?
I said, party on, Wayne. Over the sound like Wayne and Garth. Thought there was an argument. Not.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody gets that. You're too old for that. By the way, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thanks.
Throwing out your early 90s reference.
Yeah, very.
You are in great shape to be 62 years old.
I'm not 62.
You sure?
I'm positive, thanks.
Okay. Thanks, DDP Yoga.
Yeah, I wish I could do DDP Yoga. Are you kidding me?
Well, we do know you do, what is it, Kaibo?
Krav Maga on P90.
See, there you go. Krav Maga, which is, of course, the Jewish self-defense.
Aren't those little things with that are folded and they got the crab meat and the cream cheese?
No.
Jewish self-defense. Got to be kosher.
Oh,
No.
that's crab ragoon.
No, you, God. Sometimes.
They are
Good
amazing.
God.
We just talked about
Okay.
It just got
Well, I
awkward.
mean, I'm not knocking it. I just thought it was something other than what it was.
Whatever.
I mean, I know now.
Yeah.
So that it's a Jewish self-defense. Is that true? I mean, I don't know.
It
how do you say it?
derives from Israeli combat training.
See?
So,
To self-defense.
Israelis? Aren't they the ones
Yes.
that started that ISIS thing?
oh, you were okay. Let's take
I
a
don't
walk
watch
down.
the
Let's
news.
just get a little education over here. Let's get a smidge of education, okay? ISIS or Taliban, those guys, major enemies of the Israelis. Yeah, those guys. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
It all makes sense
okay.
now.
Well, I mean,
It all makes sense.
You learn something new every day. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, it all
actually
makes
thanking
sense.
you for doing this, but I don't understand why you're so angry. Like, this is supposed to be happy times. You're very angry right
Oh,
now.
yeah?
I need you to settle down.
Brooklyn Jew in Georgia. Oh no,
The
What?
Brooklyn Jew.
in Georgia.
Brooklyn Jew in Georgia. Sure. That's me.
That's how they write country songs about that. Pandora. Do you not understand that? It never went down to Georgia. She was looking for her soul still.
Oh, wow.
But
Very
I did
interesting.
want to tell you though that I am looking forward to watching you and O.D.B go at it. I mean, I am. That's all shoot that I am seriously looking forward to that because I do think even though O.D.B's been all over doing everything, TV, whatever. I mean, I do believe that she'll still have her hands full. So
Yeah, I'm looking extremely forward to it too. I mean, I always actually kind of we're similar but not similar. If you can understand what I'm saying, you got
yeah,
two tough
No.
bees in the ring, padded up, So
Hold on. This is what it is. This is how I describe this match. And since you're on the line and you know me pretty fucking well, tell me if this is not true. You two are like funhouse mirror images of each other. Like, when you go to the fair and they have all the different sides, she is literally
right.
If you were an Amazon, that would be you. You guys are the exact same. If you started walking to the ring with a flask, nobody even blinked. They'd be like, yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bet there's
Yeah,
a lot of-
I mean she's a Pandora with boobs.
y'all could do a tour together as sisters.
I love it.
people would believe it. You guys could
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah,
You guys could tag.
Wait a minute.
So over.
Wait a minute. So that would mean it
Yeah.
would be Pandora and O.D.B. Bamdora, right?
That'd be
No.
good. That'd be good.
No, they'd let Josh Storm name it something. Josh Storm would be like, Dream Team.
Yeah. In the words from the game Jeopardy on SNL, suck it, Trebek. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, well,
y'all could call
This match-
yourself titties and tats. I fucking like it.
oh, I like it.
I mean, I'm
TNT.
just saying. Yeah, TNT.
TNT.
Hey,
Yeah.
copyright the Tweeter Timber Show.
Yeah, fucking copyright that shit. I
Boo-
get royalties.
Broads, booze,
I
and
do, yeah,
bam.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm starting to put over Sex Ferguson too.
Broads,
So I
bombs.
mean, huh?
I said broads and bombs.
Yeah, I like that too.
I was actually trying to get that one out there. I said broads, booze, and bombs.
There
What'd
you
you say?
go.
Wow.
Because remember, O.D.B. carries the flask around with her, and Pandora's called
Oh,
like a
yeah.
bomb. So it's got to be broads, booze, and bombs.
Love it. Love it.
Honestly,
That'd be, and y'all could do like the Better Business Bureau thing as like y'all's tag team thing, but it
Yep.
would be y'all. It's fucking great, classy, and copyright. Now y'all need to talk about these things. I might even be there the 21st because I'm Did y'all catch the bit about me not fucking about vintage not running?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah, well, fucking vintage. Vintage. There was a complication with the building,
Correct.
the rec center. They double booked it or some shit, and it was ridiculous. And then they tried to do it to another building, and then that didn't work. And I mean, but I'm still going there for Zion's Gate on Friday.
In Port Richey, correct?
Yeah, Newport Richey. Yeah. But I mean, it's we're actually trying to get on another show right now down there, but I'm not even sure which one it is. But it's such short notice. You know, people have already gotten cards together and all that shit. So,
Well, then you might be on hand.
Yeah, I'll have my fucking gear. Y'all know that. So, I'll wrestle O.D.B. God damn.
No, I'm wrestling O.D.B.
Y'all can make it a triple threat. It'd be great.
Okay.
I'd actually feel more threatened than the triple threat that I got on Friday. So, you know.
As someone who has been in the ring with Awesome Kong and beat her when she had been undefeated for years, Pandora, what is your mindset going in against O.D.B. compared to what your mindset was going in against Awesome Kong?
You know, I've sat back and tried to compare that myself, and I mean, it's just, it's another person I could throw into that little mix. There would be like a Mickey Knuckles. They're bigger than me. They're stronger than me, and I'm just gonna have to, I'm gonna have to move around them. That's how I'm gonna have to, my game plan is just not get caught. To be honest with you, not get caught. I mean, I wrestle guys. We can put them in the same category as well. So, I mean, my mind, it's not too much technical stuff going on there, to be honest with you. We're brawlers. I definitely feel that me and O.D.B. are definitely two of a kind. We're going to brawl. You're not going to see too many arm wringers or anything. You're going to see a lot of chops. I could definitely say that. A lot of punches, a lot of forearms, So, I guess it's just going to be whoever gets the better.
No, if I'm there, y'all are gonna fucking chain. I'm gonna walk out there in the middle of the goddamn match, dressed with my Gold's Gym shirt, in blue jeans shorts.
No, you're not.
In blue jeans shorts. Let me tell y'all are gonna fucking chain.
He's gonna be Clyde Cena.
Yeah, Clyde.
Clyde Cena.
Mine are actual blue jean pants that look cool, not those motherfuckers. I don't wear them like a fucking thug. They're not like above the knee or anything. That's some weird gay shit. But they're not.
And on top of that, Clyde's wearing capri pants. There you go.
I'm not wearing capri pants. Anyway, I look awesome, and my dad wears blue jean shorts, so. Y'all can kiss my ass, and my grandpa wears them too. And they're both cool as shit, and we all have the same name, so I'm going to keep this tradition going.
Oh, God.
You were no stranger to big matches, Pandora. As I said, you wrestled several sacred grounds at PCW. You went against Awesome Kong and won, like I said, to end her 2-year streak of being undefeated. You've been in the ring with guys. You have won several women's championships throughout the Southeast. And you were also part of history. You're in the history books of Georgia as being the first woman to ever win and be a part with Aisha Sunshine or Dementia Rose for the first women's first blood match ever in Georgia history. So O.D.B. does have her work cut out for her in that regard. Any butterflies at all, though, for this match? You can be honest.
I get, to be honest with you, and I don't know what you want to say about it, but I get nervous before every one of my matches. There's so much that can go on. I have a reputation that I have to live up to, and I want to go in there and I want to be the best. I don't just want to be, that was just a good match, or that was a good women's match. No, I want it to be a great match, period. Not women's, not anything like that. Just a great match. But I mean, yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due. That this is O.D.B. So, and I mean, not trying to sound like a mark or anything, which I'm not. I have a lot of respect for her, for what she's done, for the image she portrays. So, getting women's wrestling over, I'll always have respect for women that get women's wrestling over. So, she put in her time. She's not a diva running around in a little 2-piece bathing suit. So, I've got respect for her.
See, I've got to jump in for a hot second because having watched O.D.B. and worked with her in previous days, having watched you and worked with you in current days, and having seen the traditions that the two of you have both been working on, and that's the word I choose to use in this one, and that is traditions. Because you said it perfectly a second ago. You're not a diva by WWE's definition. You're not a diva by the stretch of the genuine Funkin' Wagnalls definition. Same thing with O.D.B. The two of you,
Right.
I choose to use the word badasses. And you both live up to the hype. You both know from bell to bell how to go. And that is one thing, that scares conventional WWE fans because, they're not the Belly Twins. Oh, they're not Sunny, or they're not these little girls wearing the little two-piece thong things. No, they're women who know how to wrestle.
Right.
Now, do you think about that more considering what WWE has been doing to so-called women's wrestling on their main roster? I'm not going to count NXT. They've been kicking ass and taking names.
Oh, yeah. No, and NXT, since we just touched on that, I got to give them mad props because I tell you what, the women on there, I watched this past pay-per-view, and I'm utterly impressed. Those girls, they went out there, and Sasha Banks legitimately had tears in her eyes because she knows she worked for that, and everybody knows she works for that. Wasn't just handed that to her. It's not just a prop. If somebody gives you a belt, that means they think that you can carry their company, and they think that you can be the face of their company. So, NXT women, they've got my stamp of approval all the way. Now, WWE, I've lost respect for their women's division a long time ago. So
this Saturday, UIW O.D.B. against Pandora is your main event. It's not too often you get to see a women's main event that is not part of an all-women's show.
Right.
Which, you and I both have been a part of. How big is this to you to be able to be a main event against a star and it be on a quote-unquote wrestling event?
Again, like the spot, it's great to be in main event. I mean, I've been in main events before, whether it be in a gender, whether it be, I've been in tag matches, women's tag matches. I've been in cage female tag matches, main event. So, main eventing, we've come a long way for sure. Because there aren't many promotions that will have a women's main event. So, a little bit more pressure right there. We're going to have to kill it. So, with more pressure means I'm just going to work harder, and I don't doubt by any means that this could be the match of the year. And I'll give the title of ladies match of the year because, that's pretty broad saying match of the year, when it comes to men as well. But I don't have any doubt that this could end up being the ladies match of the year.
Temple City Gym, 240 Rome Street, Temple, Georgia, 30179. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bell time at 8. Tickets and information call 678-858-5558. Thank you, Pandora. We appreciate you coming on. Before we let you go, how can everyone get in touch with you, whether it be for hate mail, whether it be for creepy messages?
Oh, I got enough of the creepy messages, but I'm on Facebook as under my real name, of course, because they took my Pandora account off. So it's just Tara Young, and then I have Pandora's fan page, and of course the Dream Team's fan page. So that's how you can get in touch with me.
Pandora, we appreciate you coming on once again. Happy belated birthday. Hope it was a great one. And we look forward to seeing you this Saturday in Temple, Georgia.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you guys too. Bye.
Thank you. We're about to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, a man that knows championships all too well. Real deal, AJ Steele, right here. The To Be Determined Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com. And don't forget, Beyond Ringside app.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
Hey everyone, this is the voice Ted Guinness, and I am proud to announce that I will be returning to the Beyond Ringside Radio Network Thursday, March 5th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, right after Cause and Effect, right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network with The Show, the only show on Beyond Ringside dedicated to WWE, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, plus your phone calls. That's all coming up Thursday, March 5th, right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network and the Beyond Ringside app.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the Determined Show, live Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com. Our second guest this evening is the UIW champion, heavyweight champion, or is it just champion? Anyways, he is the face of their company. Champion. He is also the GCW champion as of now. He is the real deal. Oh, and by the way, a former two-time NWA World Tag Team Champion, AJ Steele. AJ, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, you always make me sound like $1 million when I come on.
That's because unlike our first guest, you have respect. You know, Jews don't respect anybody.
Your first guest was who now?
Calm like a bomb, Pandora.
Calm like a bomb, Pandora. Okay, I'm not gonna bash him tonight. We're gonna move on to bigger and better things.
We found out tonight that she trains in an ancient folding of fried stuff together with crab meat and cream cheese. It's called crab ragout or something. No, it's a crab McGraw or Tim McGraw. One of those.
That's great. That's great.
I had the pong pipe.
That is awesome. Crab meat?
Yeah, it's crab meat. It's crab meat, cream cheese, and fried goodness around it. You've had them at the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. Would you call it crab McGraw?
Yeah.
This is Jewish people used to throw them as weapons. The Chinese people would eat them.
Wow.
I figure that a man who is as tall as you knows about every Chinese restaurant around here in the Middle Georgia area.
I mean, I don't eat a lot of Chinese food anymore. My favorite Chinese restaurant, they changed the owners and the people, you know, were bought out by another company, and now it's like eating puppy dog feet.
AJ, just admit it. You kicked her out. That's why you don't eat it anymore.
Kicked the Chinese lady out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I've seen some of the women you pull at the scene where you do security at. It was a plethora of women. Some women love their dark chocolate, and some women love their mocha dick. But anyways, this Saturday,
I'm peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
You know, peanut butter sticks to the roof of your mouth, right?
It's like AJ still looking for the Asian jelly, everyone.
Yeah, and Starburst sticks to the inner part of your thighs.
I know. You know what? I'm gonna leave that one alone.
No,
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I hate to start off on a sore subject, but a couple of gentlemen that usually have your back in every situation. Southern Fried Championship Wrestling, and I do understand. It's happened very recently. Would you like to talk about what happened at Southern Fried with Francisco and Mike?
Like I said, that's a pretty sore subject with me right now. I'm going to keep that one a little bit close, under my vest. I would prefer not to discuss that right now because actually I have a plan, and I don't want to spoil my plan by exposing my plan on your show right now. So I would prefer if we talked about something else, if you don't mind.
Okay, I understand you're the man with the master plan.
I like it.
I understand that. I had to ask that because it is out in the ether.
Facebook exposes everything nowadays. You can't hide too much of anything with Facebook being around. But once again, like I said, I'm gonna play that one real close to my chest, and when it's time for things to happen, the world will know.
On to a little bit better subject, or maybe even a just as controversial subject. Your match with Spiral at GCW in Pell City ended under auspicious and suspicious terms against Spiral. Would you like to talk about that? Because it happened in the middle of your match with referee David Kilgore.
Well, first of all, because of a lot of the other things that have gone on in my life right now, I feel like Spiral was sort of pushed to the back burner, and by no means should he have been, because in my opinion, no offense to anybody who I've worked with before, I really feel like Spiral pushed me to a limit that nobody else has pushed me to. I mean, when you literally have to watch your surroundings because you never know where this guy's going to come from, whether it be the air or whether it be him kicking the shit out of you in the chest, or this guy's got all his bases covered. And so when of course we're all sore after working hard and we go out and we bust our asses, but when you're sore for an entire week after working a guy because he could give a damn about his body, he literally threw himself at me in several times in several different ways. So in my opinion, as of right now, that's probably one of the best matches that I've had, and he's pushed me to a completely new place. And I'm looking forward to the rematch because now I know what to expect from him, and I literally expect him to bring beyond. He'll bring the whole alphabet. He won't just bring his A game, and I expect that from him, and he should expect for me to try to break his back. So with that being said, I know what he's bringing. I know who he was trained by. I know a little bit about him, but he brings the monster out of me because I can't beat him without being that monster. So I hope he's listening, and I hope that he's training. I hope that he understands that me beating him is very personal because I don't have a problem with him personally, but I have a problem because he wants my title and he can't have it.
You have the odds against you on the 28th because there will be a special enforcer ringside, a man that you have been against on several occasions, former one half of the GCW Tag Team Champions, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. And wherever he goes, his little puppy dog, his little pit bull on a leash, Pandora goes. So, the foundation having your back, you're still going to be, the odds are not in your favor, sir.
Well, you're right. There's a couple of different elements on that whole situation. I somewhat respect Mad Dog. However, I don't like Mad Dog. Mad dogs have fleas, and I feel like dogs that have, too many fleas should be put down. I don't have any flea spray or powder for him, So I'd rather just put him down. We all know that we've had a history. I could care less. I don't like him. I don't really care for Spiral. And we all know that I done bust Pandora's ass on several different occasions because she stuck her nose in my business, and I don't have a problem with obviously hitting a woman, if you want to call her that.
Through a table.
Yeah, well, you know, shit happens.
You murdered one. That was everywhere. They heard about that.
Yeah, it was.
Caesar Black was like, "What happened?"
I would think by now that she would, you know, want to leave me alone. Like, I don't think that she would want to have anything to do with me at all, because she knows that if she gets her nose too close to to any of my business, I'll kick her ass all the way back to Brooklyn with the Rangers, and she can stay up there. But Mad Dog can bring his bitch if he chooses to, and you know, she can get it too.
You know, the Rangers are even horrible on video games. You know that, right? They're fucking horrible on video games. I picked the Rangers because I know nothing about them, but I heard her talk about them, played with them, lost my ass.
Well, I mean, I know that the Rangers, you know, being from up north, I grew up watching hockey. I know the Rangers are a pretty good hockey team, but I'm from New Jersey. I'm a Devils fan, so I could give two fucks about the Rangers or Pandora. You know, I'm kind of really in a shitty mood right now. I don't know if you can tell, but I could care less about Pandora. I could care less about Mad Dog. Mad Dog needs to count. That's all Mad Dog needs to do. He needs to stay out of the way, and he needs to count 3 when I put Spiral through the mat. And maybe he'll be able to count to 3, since the other referee clearly had a problem with counting to 3. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want Spiral to lose the match. You know, maybe he's just incompetent. Maybe he went to school in Pale City, Alabama. I'm not sure. You know, he could be a graduate of one of those, you know, high schools in Pale City. I'm not too sure. He doesn't seem very intelligent to me. I would be just fine with having a match against him as well.
We have the great opportunity to actually have the GCW commissioner with us, and Eddie, you know that the odds are against AJ because of this special enforcer that has
and I don't mean to cut you off, but if you remember correctly, the reason why the odds are against me is because of him. Because clearly he doesn't want to see me be the champion. You haven't wanted me to be the champion since the first time I beat Micah Taylor.
That's a lie.
And you've always had a problem with me. And so why don't you get in the ring and fight me, since you seem to have such a problem with me, and stop hiding behind your dress and the microphone? Why don't you get in the ring with me? Since you want to see me not be the champion so much, and you like to stack the deck against me, you want to put Mad Dog involved in a match. Why don't you do it? Why don't you get in the ring and handle your business for once in your life?
And for actually, number 1, it's not a dress. It's a plaid miniskirt. Don't look underneath it. Number 2, you are a liar.
There's nothing underneath it. You're like a Barbie doll.
Okay, Ken, we'll talk later. As it stands.
You know what? I want to promote this thing. I want to promote.
Hey, look, I'm going to lay it on the line.
Bring 1 million people here, and you have to dress like a fucking Koloff. I'm talking that style singlet, Eddie. And go out there and whoop some ass.
There will effectively be 2 hits in this.
It's not going to happen. I'm just going to say it's not going to happen. You're going to get your ass tore the fuck up.
I was going to say there's going to be 2 hits. There's 2 hits. He will hit me and I will hit the ground. I have no bones about this. AJ Steele, first off, I will say this to your face just as quickly as I will say it here on this forum. You are one of the, by God, toughest individuals I've ever seen in the ring or out of the ring in my life. Straight shoot. 100% real. Number 2, I have never had a problem with the concept of you being a champion. You are a very talented in-ring wrestler and performer. If someone beats you, they beat somebody special because you have the physical tools and you have the gift from start to finish. So don't ever think that I'm short-sighting or overlooking you in any capacity.
So why is it that I keep getting all of these stipulations? And where are all of these stipulations coming from?
If you remember correctly, sir, the situation that I made a no disqualification match in is because your cohorts, Francisco Chiazzo, Mike Cruz, Corey Chavis, Simon Says, Theodore. I'm working on it. Give me a second. Theodore Tutwiler III, T3, always found a way to stick their nose in a situation. You may not want their help. I know you don't need their help because you are that damn good. But by the same token, them doing that creates an unfair advantage. Now, deep down inside, regardless of what side of the fence you might be working, regardless if you're riding the fence or riding a stallion, doesn't matter. I know deep down inside you want to prove you are the very best in a one-on-one contest, not a 5-on-1 beatdown. Now, if the situation calls for a beatdown and it ain't a match, there's not a match in progress, go with it. Have fun. Knock your socks off. Same way I tell Wick. It's like, if it's not a match, if it's a fight, that's your thing, dude. Have a ball. But during a match, from bell to bell, it should be in a singles match, two competitors and a referee. Neither competitor should ever have to worry about looking over their shoulder behind their back. They should be able to concentrate. They should have the comfort and convenience, if I can use that term, of being able to give their opponent 100% of their effort. Not worrying if they're going to get jumped. Not worrying about if they're going to get punked out.
Well, then you don't know the usual suspects.
Clearly.
Yes, I do know the usual suspects quite
Definitely
well.
not. That is their entire game plan. Murder One and AJ
Okay.
decimated teams that thought that they were the greatest thing since.
You just said that. You just said it.
Sliced bread.
Dude, you just said it right there. They decimated teams. That's 2-on-2. I'm talking a 1-on-1 matchup where
There were some ballets involved that they beat the shit out of.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, Pandora, O'Hagan, none of them are allowed at the ringside that night. Nobody. I want Sawyer because I trust Sawyer in this regard. Because if Cruz, if Chiazzo...
How can you trust a guy who you caused us to have... We had a steel cage match against each other. How do you trust a guy who was in there trying to push my face through a gate? And
Exactly.
I'm supposed to trust him?
Black Lives
See,
Matter.
that's just it. That's just it. See, you trust him. I don't necessarily trust him, but what makes you think I would trust him anyway?
You don't trust me, but by the same token, I'm going to look you straight in the eye and say, I want what's best for in the ring. I want what's
The
best for...
problem is, with that, I don't have to trust you because you know that I'll whoop your ass. So therefore, I'm not worried about you doing anything for me, not to mention we're 4 hours away from each other.
I'll stand face to face and say it. By the same token, the
Well,
pin...
that's another thing. You won't stand face to face. You'll stand like face to chest.
And your point is, I'll get a step ladder. I'll wear Gene Simmons platform boots. I don't give a flying rat's ass.
Luckily for you, this week I'm not beating up hobbits.
I tell you what we'll do for this match, Eddie. You shave your head and your eyebrows, and we're gonna put a powerlifting gimmick on you. Need you to do a lot of heavy squats.
It's okay. We can go ahead. We can find a Central Georgia hayseed. Probably take that gimmick too.
Yeah,
Eddie.
I'm just saying what we need to do: shave your head and your eyebrows, put a powerlifting gimmick on you, and then you go out there and gorilla press AJ. That's never going to work, but you could try.
Why?
And we'll see where it goes.
Why's he got to gorilla press me?
Yeah, really. Leg press.
I'm gonna let AJ answer that one.
I
He's
can
the
leg
expert
No,
on gorillas.
I'm asking you. Why is it got to be a gorilla press?
I can leg press him all day long.
I mean, it could be another kind of press.
You've been hanging around Maurice again.
Maurice, yeah, he's been chilling. I love Maurice. Yeah? He's a teacher.
Yeah, do you?
He's a teacher. One thing that people forget about Maurice is that he's a teacher.
So
he actually is a good
Planet of the Apes references right now. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
gorilla press.
Right. Gorilla press.
I mean, Goldberg and fucking Animal and all them and Hawk, and they did gorilla presses, and they're white as shit.
Gorilla. Right. Okay.
So,
All
I
right.
mean, the Gorilla Press
All right,
knows
Clyde.
no color.
Okay, Clyde. All right, Clyde. Right turn, Clyde.
I mean, Clyde is the name of a famous gorilla that beat up Clint Eastwood. Who wouldn't?
It
want
wasn't a
that?
gorilla. It was a chimpanzee.
It's an orangutan.
Orangutan, whatever, gorilla,
It was a ginger.
tomato. It doesn't fucking matter.
It's a ginger. You said that. You said that.
I just want to say, AJ, that you brought up Gorilla Press, not me.
No.
You were the one that-
You said Gorilla Press.
You actually-
I didn't say Gorilla Press.
We agreed
And
on
I was
that. You
talking
did.
about Eddie Gorilla Pressing you. Like, that would be funny to see.
Okay.
But
funny.
it would be.
All right.
Look, if I could.
So you're gonna quit your job and become a comedian now, huh?
No, not at
No?
all, because I like
You
making
probably
money.
shouldn't.
I think I could add in the comedian to it, to my
I don't think you
repertoire.
could.
Look, if
I don't think much of you is funny.
I'll say it like
Well,
this.
me neither. I don't think of you much as funny either. Like, we
Yeah,
could bring
all
up
right.
past about us, but it's not about us. It's about you tonight. So
No, we can bring up whatever you want. I got all night.
you came on this show. You're not going to ruin it for me. Okay, this is about you. This is part of my game plan. Getting all the information I can on you. Hit you where it
Really?
hurts. Yeah.
Is that
it's
what
great.
is that what this is?
Yeah, you're invited on every week.
So you like
Be a
gorillas?
co-host. I love gorillas. They're
Do you
fucking
really?
playful people till they bite your face off. I mean,
You like the silverback gorilla?
silverback gorillas.
Yeah.
I like
You like
Gorilla
those?
Zoe. I've
Okay,
done
so now we're
security for him.
So
He's
now
real,
we're going to
he's-
talk about security. Okay.
No,
All
no,
right.
no. He's real short though. I would imagine Gorilla Zoe as being bigger. He's like 5'6".
Can somebody turn off his microphone or something?
Wish we
No,
would.
no. Only I have that power, sir. I'm a co-host.
Okay. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Is that all right?
That's fine with me. This is
Okay.
about you tonight, buddy.
All right. Well, if you shut the hell up, maybe it can be about me.
You keep saying shit, and I just keep responding to it because I feel like you're talking to only me. Talk to someone else.
Okay. I'm going to talk to somebody that's intelligent, like, Wicked. How about that?
Hey, I don't mind not being intelligent, but I can
Right,
kick some
clearly.
ass. Okay, that's
Okay.
what kicking
we can
ass,
find
making
out. We can
towns,
find-
asses
we can
every
find
18
out.
inches.
We can
I'm
find
down
out.
with that. I'm down with
All
that.
right.
Why don't you get a partner? Because where we do it,
I don't need a partner. I don't need a partner to fight two women.
Two women?
That's what I said.
I mean, it took you and a partner to beat up Pandora.
No, I don't think. I think you should ask her. It didn't take me and a partner.
I've seen some of the stuff. It was great.
Okay.
But anyway, fuck it. Talk to
you're right,
someone
you're right.
else.
Yeah,
This is
I'm
your
going to talk
show.
to someone else because instead of actually, I gave you like too much class. You're really not two women. You're just two bitches. So I would prefer to talk to Wicked because I'm losing a lot of respect for you right now. With your little gorilla jokes and stuff like that. Yeah, I really want to slap you right now.
I
But
would love
that's
to
what
slap
you. That's how you treat hoes. You slap them.
Hey, guess what? I'm a
Hey,
pay.
hey.
I'm a pay
hey.
hoe. So
Hey.
that's
Well,
what
most hoes are paid. Most
Yeah.
hoes are paid. You been tricking off too? You been selling your booty hole?
I mean, no,
You have to think about it?
no.
You have to think about it?
No,
'Cause you sat there for a second. Is your brain and mouth not connected right now? You moving a little slow? You only on 3Gs right now?
No, I'm actually on 4Gs. I had to go. This is the first smartphone I've ever had.
Right,
So,
because you just
It
got
might
rid of
be a
your
little
Nextel
slow. I
flip
said
phone.
that shit. There's a 10-second delay. I'm a co-host.
You just got rid of your Nextel flip phone like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, for real.
You
It
still
was great.
chirping people. You still chirping people?
I was. I hated the song, but I was still
Yeah.
chirping people. It was great. I got
Right.
Voxer now. It's
Somebody
It's like the chirp-
somebody unplug this guy's phone or something. Take the battery out. I'm done talking to this guy.
Yeah, how are you losing respect for me though? I'll beat the respect back into you now. You know that.
Can you?
You know that.
Really? Do I?
Really?
Okay. Well, we'll see each other. We'll see each other. And I'm not opposed to doing stuff in the parking lot. Because
You know, me
I have
neither.
money is not an object for me.
It's not an object for me neither. But guess
Okay,
what?
well, you know, hey, Mr. Nemesis, sir.
Okay, we're gonna let cooler heads prevail. When we come back, we're gonna talk
Right.
about Saturday in Rome, Georgia, with the real deal, AJ Steele, right here, the To Be Determined Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com.
Hey, this is Stan Grubb for Wrestle Rage Radio right here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for myself and Smart Rage as we discuss the professional wrestling business from WWE, TNA, and all things in between. We'll have an interview here or there. We'll see what we can do to just keep you entertained. And along the way, we're going to have to bring up some emotion and make you think. That's what we like to do. So join us here on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you at Wrestle Rage.
Hey everyone, this is the Cause, Robert Cosper, host of Cause and Effects Thursday Night Radio Throwdown. This is your invitation to join me, along with the Effects Stuart Couch, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, and all of the craziness that is C&E, right here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. It's wrestling radio with a twist, and some might just say with a twist of lime when the bar is open. Cause and Effect right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the To Be Determined show right here on BeyondRingside.com. Greetings, this is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, and let me go ahead and clue you in right off the bat. We do things a little bit differently on the To Be Determined show. We get a little bit more blunt, we get a little bit more adult, we get a little bit more explicit. In other words, this ain't your grandpa's radio show. And, well, it still ain't your grandpa's wrestling either, so it's kind of like that. So, brace yourself. Anything can happen. Come along for the ride. Anything and everything is to be determined.
So does the guy in the Volkswagen with the garden, with the weed whacker, live there, or is it like a one of those summertime homes where they lend them out to other people?
He's a snowbird. He goes down in the off season.
He has to pay land taxes every year.
Okay.
So he is a current resident, but he owns his own house there.
Condo?
It's a beachfront motel.
A beachfront motel.
With a height
13 floors. Which is really 14.
Listen, that's my buddy. Y'all lay off. That's my buddy. Stop it right now.
Does he have his green card?
No. No.
He's
got that donkey in there with him with the coffee beans in there too.
Buenos dias. Okay.
This Saturday, the one.
Juan Pedro, this is the best coffee I've ever had in my goddamn life.
Hold up on the creamer, kids.
Saturday in Temple.
There'll be plenty of creaming going on at Juan Pedro's house.
Shut up! In Temple, Georgia, you'll be facing who some consider the number one contender, although I, of course, consider it the Grand Design Clyde Braddock, because you two, your matches, Braddock beat you straight up, and then you turned around and won.
No! Whoa!
Sir?
Whoa! Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Let's. If you're gonna tell it the way it was, because I don't know what him and Peanut had going on together, but there was some interference.
That is
outside the ring.
Peanut did come out, and
okay, and then yeah,
I'm still trying to figure this out.
He is like the Stephen Hawking of wrestling, I've heard.
I heard Peanut was your mom's cousin, but I'm just saying.
Who the man?
My
mother is a saint.
Sevenfold.
Is she in the NFL?
No, she does not play for New Orleans. She is a saint. a good woman who goes to church.
Well, Peanut, you and Peanut were on some other
Since I was
in
a child,
cahoots.
you do not bring my mother
Mr. Wicked, I just want you to tell it the way it was the way it actually happened. That's all, and I apologize for interrupting you.
I understand.
My
Peanut come out.
her on.
Peanut come out right after you. It seemed to some you had Clyde on the ropes. I didn't see it that way, but some see it that way. Namely, the guy with the oxygen mask that like he was going into seizures every 5 seconds. And his, I don't know if it was his mom or his dad. I wasn't sure. They all look the same down there.
It's the mustache.
It was definitely the mustache with the beard. It's like those old games where you pull the magnet around. And
Yes,
little
that's
shavings.
exactly how it is.
Yes. Peanut comes out, and of course, Braddock, being Clyde Braddock, takes advantage of the situation and beats you 1, 2, 3. Although Peanut should not have come out, he did come out. You are correct, sir.
Okay.
You are correct.
And Braddock did. He won. Let's no two ways about it. He got the 3 count, win, lose, or draw. His hand was raised. We'll give him that. So and I appreciate you being an honest man, and telling it exactly the way it happened instead of fabricating your own story, and I'm sure that there's a little bit of, biased nature here because he is one of your, he's a wicked Nemesis guy, I guess. Call it what you will. However, you can finish your story.
Well, I would like to say that what really happened is that the big shit just wasn't enough that night. It just wasn't enough, and you thought it was.
I mean, if you're okay with needing help, then that's fine. You needed help to beat me.
Okay, onward. Next question.
Before that, prior to that very match, you and your tag team partner of the evening at the Bull Buchanan retirement special event, Brad Lynch, kind of went at it. And some consider him to be the number 1 contender instead of Clyde Braddock. Your thoughts on this match coming up, and has it been too long since this was settled? Do you think this was sitting on the back burner because you've had so much going on, or were you dodging Brad Lynch?
Well, I haven't dodged anybody. I mean, everybody that's asked for anyone that's ever asked for an opportunity or demanded an opportunity, including Clyde Braddock, has gotten an opportunity. Dodging Brad was never an issue. The funny thing is that he was going around talking about that he retired Bull Buchanan and that he single-handedly put Bull Buchanan out of wrestling when Bull retired on his own. You know what I mean? So out of respect for Bull, I confronted Brad about it, and he actually is the one who didn't show up at several shows at UIW to have an opportunity to wrestle. I'm not one of those types of champions that runs from any challenge because I'm either going to win or lose, and I ain't really doing a whole bunch of losing nowadays. So, I don't run from anybody.
I apologize, AJ, because this was a rough translation. I spoke to Tweety, and it's kind of hard to translate her because it was. I was like, okay. I was like, okay.
Right.
So it may not have. But let's say that there were several missed opportunities.
Yeah, well, I mean, and all of that's in the past right now. He's got an opportunity coming up, and in my opinion, the same thing will happen to him. That's going to happen to Clyde. Once again, when, the opportunity presents itself, he's going to lose. I mean, right now I feel like I'm on top of my game. I had a couple of setbacks and injuries, and we all do. But I feel stronger than I ever have. I've been training. I'm dropped a few pounds in the last couple of weeks. I'm a little faster. I'm still strong, and I'm coming to win, man. I'm not coming there to lose anything.
He's not focusing on the naysayers.
No, I'm not. I'm not focusing on little smart guerrilla comments and, jackasses who have things to say. There's always going to be people who don't like you, and I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about winning. I'm concerned about the fans being entertained, and I'm concerned about the hitting that pay window, if you know what I'm talking about.
Now let's be honest, AJ. We're breaking kayfabe a little bit, but we're gonna bring this up. How well do you think this show is gonna draw, with there being Ring of Honor in Atlanta, which Eddie will be at, and also with Peach State running in Carrollton, just not far down the road? Let's be honest.
At first, I mean,
keep 100, as I say on the nightly
100.
show.
Well, I don't know if the powers that be at UIW knew that Ring of Honor were going to be here or not. I personally probably would not have chose that day to run. However, the one thing that I will say is, and not trying to stir up any shit, but UIW has actually had another promotion do a show in the same town a night before, and that promotion, I think, did 50 people or less. I'm not sure the number. I'm not sure the definite number. Okay, well, whatever. And then the night of the UIW show, they did 100 and some odd people. I think it was like 140 or so. So, in my opinion, UIW has a very loyal following. No matter how I feel about her on a personal basis, I could care. I don't really care for her that well, but Pandora draws. You can't take that away from her, even though she looks like a wet coloring book.
That's because she draws with crayons.
She draws. And, clearly O.D.B. is a heavyweight in the female division as far as wrestling goes. I mean, and I don't mean to, insult her, but she is definitely somebody, a name, and she would draw. So I do feel like UIW is still going to have their loyal fan base is going to come and be supportive of the show and be supportive of Pandora. And there's a lot of people that are supportive there of me as well. So I don't really see Ring of Honor hurting UIW that night. I mean, and that's just me. Now, like I said, if I was a promoter or if I was the guy running UIW, I don't think I would have ran on that night. And that's just, that's like running, I hate to compare Ring of Honor to WrestleMania, but, people don't run shows on the same night as a big show like, Ring of Honor coming, which is definitely a big deal. So I don't want to shit on Ring of Honor, but I wouldn't have done it, but I do feel like the loyal UIW fans will be there.
Eddie, your thoughts on this, because you will be at the Ring of Honor show.
It's one of those catch-22 circumstances, all legitimacy in place, because there is a part of me that would love to be at UIW to see the matches that are going to be occurring, because you know me, I like to go to shows like that just as much as I want to go to Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor's got some great talent in their roster. UIW's got some great talent coming in, and that works for them on a regular basis. So regardless of which show you go to, it's going to be a win-win circumstance. I think there is a slight geographic distance where difference in play, because I know that UIW is going to draw from the immediate area as well as a certain radius. And like AJ said, you're going to have your faithful. You have people that are going to be actually coming in from out of state for the ROH show, just like they would come in from out of state for UIW. In this circumstance, I would think that ROH Winter Warriors Tour, I think the Atlanta show is a television taping. So that adds a whole new dimension to the Ring of Honor show. And, there is no exterior justification in place. This is one of those cases where I wish I had a clone. One would go to the UIW show, and one would go to Ring of Honor.
We could hook that up. A clone.
Let me guess. You would splice my genes with that of a gorilla, wouldn't you?
Nope.
Here we go.
I would actually.
Here we go.
No more gorilla jokes. I feel like I've hurt someone's feelings. But what I would do is I would get you a clone that had no hair, no eyebrows, and make him a power lifter. And I just feel like that's your gimmick, Eddie. It's what you were born to do, and you need to go ahead and make that happen. We got you in 3 months wrestling in Dallas first. You got to get you somewhere away from here, because we know the first match is going to be crap. So,
if you say so, Junior.
Wow.
I'm actually a third.
He's the third.
I'm actually a third. So, get it
Okay.
right.
Okay, version 3.0.
3.0. How old is that joke? I think my grandpa made that joke up whenever I was being born. He's not 3.0. He's 3.0. That son of a bitch. I'll tell you, he gave me some pants and told him that he outgrew them in length. I was like, you're 78. You didn't outgrow them in length. You outgrew them in your waist. And then I told him what size pants I was wearing now, and he still told me I wasn't shit. And slapped me. It was great.
Is there a video of this?
Black History Month, where Braddock's from, by the way.
Oh no, my grandfather does celebrate Black History Month. A little bit.
Really? A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean since he's gotten older, it's gotten better. But I mean, he used to be horrible. But I've always loved black people. So.
Really?
Yeah, I've always loved black people.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have. I've
Kinda
always
kind of like you like gorillas, right?
Yeah, I've always loved you, but I can't stand you being the best because I know I'm the best. So I got to fight you for it.
Well, I mean, I like the fact that you considered me the best because you let me take one from somebody else. You're knowing your role right now. I appreciate that.
No, I'm an honest man too. I'm an honest man. So, not trying to put you over, but you are what people consider the best around here. And I go straight for the head. I don't work from the foot up. Go straight for the head. So
you want to give me some head, did you say?
No, I actually did not say that at all.
I'm sorry.
I said you are the head.
Okay. I'm sorry. Next. Yeah, region, I got Verizon.
Singles.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Now, on to a serious subject. We have spoken about this several times on different shows. Cause and Effect, Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com. On Beyond Ringside, 5:30 Central Standard Time, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com. And, of course, right here on The To Be Determined Show. Why are you not Power Man? Why are you not Luke Cage in the Netflix upcoming miniseries they got coming out?
Who, Eddie?
No, AJ.
No,
AJ.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear your question. I apologize.
Why are you not Luke Cage, Power Man, in the upcoming Netflix series? You could be a Marvel superhero. You could be Luke Cage, Power Man. Why are you not? What happened in the process of this? Can we blame Crew Jones?
I have no idea.
Crew Jones hooked you up with that? Crew Jones should have hooked you up with the audition for that.
Crew Jones did not hook me up with the audition for that. As a matter of fact, Crew Jones has never done anything for me as far as the movies have gone. I've been in several movies, but Crew Jones did not do that for me. Now, he has given me some information on some agents and different things like that, but I had my own agent, and I believe you know Emily. You remember Emily?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, all right. Well, Emily is the one who, booked me for all of the movies that I was involved in and the extra work that I did. So, Crew he didn't have anything to do with that. But other than that, I don't know. I haven't really been focusing on doing any movies right now. I've been.
But you got to hit while the pan's hot. Emily right now, I don't know how much she's able to help you out with. She has a family now. But you got to have an agent. You should get out there more, man. I could see you on The Walking Dead. I could see you out there kicking ass and taking names on No Holds Barred Part 2. Like I said, you should definitely.
Oh God!
Right. Well, I actually the last deal that I worked, I was talking to MTV about the Teen Wolf thing, and I actually had an opportunity to be on Teen Wolf and to be a featured extra on Teen Wolf, where of course I would have made a little bit more money than just the regular extras, but because of my schedule, it kind of fell through, and I wasn't able to get there and do it. So after that happened, and there was a couple other things that I did, I was able to do the Single Ladies thing and a couple other little shows. I just really, like I said, I just focused on wrestling, and the extra work was fun, and I'll definitely do more. But right now, I'm focusing on what I love.
Well, you're great at what you love, and we wish you all the luck this Saturday against Brad Lynch. I know you have all night, but we're going to end that part of the interview because we're going to talk to you about a few other things. You and I have been speaking off air, so let's get right to it. I know there's a lot of things that's been bothering you. Here's your platform. There is a warning at the beginning of this show, and there was probably one going into the second hour because we didn't want anybody's pastor or reverend, unless it's Reverend Dan Wilson, to actually catch some of the stuff we say. Or unless you're one of those reverends that say things like, the Great Spirit connects us all and always rights his rights. Then I guess you could listen to us then because you're probably fucking retarded. But what has been biting at your bones? You've been all over the Southeast recently. Here's your platform to just say anything you want to, anything that's bothering you. Tell Clyde Braddock how much you love him. Tell everybody that you're proud of him for losing the weight, or tell Eddie to go fuck himself.
I've been around for a while, and I've seen a lot of things in my time as doing this in this business, and there's a lot of people who, I have it's just kind of off. I have a love-hate relationship for Facebook because Facebook allows people to become somewhat gangster and feel like they can post things because they're behind the keyboard and that, we won't see each other eventually and different things like that, and there, Facebook allows people to post their opinions of things, and there's people who post things like the fact that they're the sole reason why a promotion is working, or they're the one that does everything and somebody else doesn't do anything. And there's a few promoters out there who've said that if it wasn't for them that this wouldn't happen or that wouldn't happen. And to them I say, you can be a promoter. It's like a quarterback can be great. This has always been a big debate. Who's better, the quarterback or the receiver? Well, fuck, if you don't have nobody to throw the ball to, how good is the quarterback? If he doesn't have a guy to catch the ball down the field, how good is the quarterback? He's good. Don't get me wrong, he's great. But if that guy that's catching that ball on the other end of the field drops it, then what does that mean? So you can't do all of this by yourself. So while you're posting things about I done this and I do that, and I've brought this to the table or whatever, you can't do anything without those men and women that are busting their ass in that ring on the weekends or night after night, whenever it is. So stop trying to toot your own horn and appreciate what we, and I say we because I mean all of us workers that are out there, the ones that are good, the ones that are great, the ones that are beginning, the ones that are green. Everybody is out there putting forth an effort. And without us, you can go and get garbage. You can have a show, but without them performing for the fans, if there's no fans, there's no show. So you need to start appreciating your workers and appreciating the fact that the fans are coming to see the workers. You can stand out there and promote all you want, but if you don't have a good product, you're not going to have any fans.
Amen.
So that would be one of my main gripes about people posting on Facebook about what they do and how they built this and they built that. I feel like it is what it is, but let's call it what it is and let's see it for what it really is. The fact that without these guys and these girls that are going out and doing what we do, there wouldn't be. You're just a promoter. You can promote something. You can promote duck racing or something, maybe. I don't know, but call it like it really is. Because people see it. Us in the business, we see it. The guys that are behind the scenes, we see it. There's nothing worse to me than a liar or someone that doesn't have any balls. And if someone is a booker of a show, you should book your show. You should have the balls to tell what is going on, whoever you're booking or whoever you're managing or whoever you're telling what's going on. You should have the balls to do that. You should have the balls to run your show the way you see fit. And if people don't like the way you run your show, then you tell those people to find another show to go on. But you have a pair of balls to do that with. And if you don't have a pair of balls to do that with, then maybe you shouldn't be booking a show. Everybody's quiet.
Listening.
Yes. Nobody wanted to interrupt you. Because we were all sitting here. I mean, might as well went ahead and played, What is Love by Hideaway, because I'm steadily nodding the entire time.
And here's something else. Here's something else that I just thought about while I'm sitting here thinking. If you're promoting a wrestling show, you're promoting a show, and you know that there are guys that have not been trained, why would you put their lives in jeopardy to put them in a ring, or put their lives in jeopardy to put them in a ring with somebody who does know what they're doing, so that the person who doesn't know what they're doing hurts the person that does know what they're doing? Why would you be that stupid?
Because they're cheap. Those guys come and work for like $5 or $10, which are lucky to even get paid if they're untrained. And that's what they want to use. They want to use people that they can get for free any way they can.
But my question to you once again goes back to the product that you're putting out. I mean, if you want to have wrestling fans and keep wrestling fans, like I said, UIW has a loyal following. Half of those fans are probably related to the promoter, but either way, there's a following there. There's a base people. There's usually 100 people that are going to come to a UIW show, and that's without over exaggerating the number. You know what I mean? But in order to keep those people coming, you have to give them something. You have to give them something to want to come back and see. They have to see something that is, wow, I can't believe, that happened. Your stories are got to be good, and your product overall has got to be good. The show has got to be ran professionally, in my opinion. This is professional wrestling, right? And even though it says wrestling on the marquee, as they say, it's still professional. But if you're not being professional and you're putting shit on your show, how can you expect for people to come back and want to see that? Ring of Honor is coming in right now. We just got finished talking about Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is ran smoothly. A professionally ran show. You know what I'm saying? And they're giving the fans great product. We need to stop thinking about independent wrestling being, it's just little backyard shit. If you start thinking professionally and thinking big, then you mentally think big, and then you produce big. You put out, your product should be big. If we're thinking, okay, backyard, then that's what you're going to give. That's what your product is going to be, backyard. I'm not thinking of backyard. I may not be able to get into WWE because I'm a little older than the rest of those guys, but hey, where I'm at, I'm not thinking that I'm just going to a show in the backyard. I'm thinking I'm going to do something big. I don't look at it as a little thing. Every time, every person that I've worked is a big deal to me. I take everybody serious, including Clyde Gorilla Braddock. I take him serious. I take everybody that I'm working with serious. And I don't understand why these people don't. I don't understand why some of these promoters have the audacity to put a person in the ring that learned how to wrestle on a trampoline and calls himself a wrestler. Is that it? Really? You're not a worker. You should be a clown. You should go work for a Ringling Brothers. Right. You know, a lot of people have never been properly trained by anyone, and then they say, "Well, yeah, I want to be a wrestler. It's easy. It looks like it's easy, you know." And like you said, these guys are booking them because they're cheap, and they're lying because they're telling people, "Oh, I was trained by this guy and that guy." Well, who is this guy, or who is that guy? I don't have a problem with talking about it. I'll tell you a name. Prime example is a guy out there named Roger Davis. Roger Davis was trained. He wasn't the best worker. He learned enough to have a match. But how is it that he can train someone when he wasn't properly, completely trained himself? And then somebody told me, well, Roger Davis is training people. How? How can you train somebody and you hadn't even finished training yourself? You got booked on a few shows and then you stopped training and you call yourself a worker, and then now 15 years later, 16 years later, you've been away from the business the majority of the time. Now you're training people? Really? I don't get it.
If I may, because I did an interview a few months back on another show, and the person is based in Georgia, and he was in the process of being trained, and I'll use the term in the process. But then he turned around 2 minutes later and said, I am also training the person who is not going to be with me in that match that night as my partner. I'm sitting back, and I had the same look, probably the same look that you have on your face hearing something like that. It's like, wait. You're saying that you're working in ring, but you're not fully trained, and you know you're not fully trained, but you're turning around and training somebody else? What in the
How does that work? How does that? I don't understand how that works at all.
Welcome to the modern era of dumbasses.
You know, I don't understand how that works. And then another topic, you know, for me is, you know, we're supposed to love what we do and be passionate about what we do in this business. And I say to anybody who's in this business that's not trying to be the best or not trying to learn in every opportunity that they get and get better, why are you here? If you're wrestling in Fort Valley at AWN and you don't want to go no further than AWN, that's fine. I mean, I don't knock anybody for wanting to stay, you know, where they are. If they want to just be a local guy or do, you know, a hobby, do it on the. But why would you not want to be the best at Fort Valley? Why would you just want to be a guy that just laces up a pair of boots and puts on a pair of tights and slides on some knee pads and goes out and just has a match? Why wouldn't you want to have the best match on the show? Because all of us at one point or another, we always watched those guys. And when we were all younger, for the ones that, you know, watched it as a kid, we watched the guys and we were mesmerized by it. I want to leave that same impression on some young kid that watches us now, watches me, watches Clyde, watches, you know, anybody, Michael Taylor, Mad Dog, anybody. I would want them to be impressed just like I was when I was a kid. If you're not trying to be the best at it, why are you doing it? If you're not passionate about it, if it's just something to do, I gotta go wrestle tonight. Stay home, play video games. Buy that, what is it, WWE 24 on PlayStation 4 and play that. You can be passionate about that. Okay, I'm done.
I want to point to someone that actually wrestles at AWN. I Am Fatality. Look, the kid goes out and busts his ass, and you know a lot of people don't want to use him because of his gimmick. He was very respectful. He pretty much got squashed by Steven Styles in the U.S. title tournament, which Steven is wrestling Josh Storm for, and scheduled is also to be a triple threat with Fried Daddy. Fatality was happy to have the opportunity, and I kept saying that. I told Mad Dog about it. I told Clyde about it. I told Steven about it. Of course, I told Angie immediately. Guys like him, they don't get enough credit, I guess,
right?
Because they go out and they show respect, and they're happy to be there because they love it, because they are passionate about it,
right?
And you know, he may not have the best gimmick. I think it's a great gimmick. He, you know, uses it to its fullest potential, I think. But him not being a quote unquote juggalo, and people, you know, thinking he is a quote unquote juggalo, I think puts him behind the 8 ball. But still, he's very respectful, and he's happy to be there. And he goes out and does his absolute best because he's still passionate about it. And you know this, AJ. You've been there. I've been there. The longer you're in the business, you start to become jaded to certain things. When people, you know, are two-faced, when they lie about you, when you see things like this, injustices going on, and sometimes you're not in the place to say anything to change it, even though it is about us. You know there are locker room politics, and they don't feel like they're in the place. So that's why whenever I get an opportunity, especially like what happened with Clyde was fucking selling T-shirts at a goddamn gimmick table, and I was like, why the fuck is he selling T-shirts and not in the ring? And now Clyde worked his fucking ass off, and all he needed was somebody to speak up for him because he wasn't in a position. And nobody was going to fucking speak up for him. But when I saw him start suplexing motherfuckers, you know, fat asses that shouldn't have even been in the ring on their fucking face, I was like, yep, I want him. As soon as he's ready, and I told everybody in the locker room this, as soon as he's ready, I was like, I want him. Because as soon as he is ready, he is going to fucking hit the ground running. And it's because somebody spoke up for him. And I think that's another thing that's missed. Not only calling out promoters that use, you know, talent that we all know shouldn't be there and brings down the show, they still want to use it because they're cheap. Eddie, I know you're biting at the bit. Eddie, come on in.
You've already said part of what I wanted to say in that particular regard, but this is going to go back to an old school argument, discussion, point of reference that we've had on this show on more than one occasion with previous cast members. Because in one particular realm, you've got younger guys who are working their way up, who have that heart, who have the desire, who have the passion. But they get stuck in places with shit promoters. There's your S-bomb. There's your fecal matter reference. With shit promoters who are only pushing their buddies, their friends, you know, all of the above. But yet, these guys who are in their first few years, I'm going to say it like this, don't ever lose heart. Don't ever get disheartened. Don't get disillusioned. Because one promoter doesn't make, or one so-called promoter doesn't make the industry, the sport, the world, and the business of professional wrestling go around. Only exception to that rule, Vince McMahon. Only exception to that rule, Vince McMahon. Because he has a multi-billion-dollar company. Somebody running, it doesn't matter. You have the opportunity. If you're in that ring, and if it's your first time stepping between the ropes, if it's your 100th time, if you're about to have your first match, or you're about to have your 50th match, keep pushing yourself. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. Watch, study, listen. And if you're not happy with the promotion that you're at right now, start shopping yourself around. If you've got matches that you've got on video, start shopping them around. Build a resume and continue to build a body of work. And show that promoter that you're bigger than what he thinks you are. And then when time comes back around, guess what? He's going to call you and say, hey, would you consider coming to work for me this weekend? But you have to understand something. And here's another side of the coin. Here's the Rubik's Cube of pro wrestling. Never take yourself that seriously.
Thank you for saying that.
No problem, because this is straight from the heart. Never take yourself that seriously because of one simple thing. Go ahead.
The power is yours.
What?
I keep waiting for you to say the power is yours.
No, not going to say that. That's wrong week. We're not in sweeps right now, and I don't have the green mullet. Steve Stiles stole it from me.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you should say that, because I ran into a group of guys this past weekend, and I watched them work, and they haven't been working that long. They're a tag team. I'm not going to say any names, but when I tried to get some information for booking them, I asked them a cost, the booking fee, and they gave me a number, and I was really like blown away by the number that they gave me, and I'm like, dude, like what are you guys whoring yourselves out for? Like because they've been around so many of those promoters that, like you said, they're cheaper. And these guys are talented. These guys went out, they worked the crowd before they ever stepped in the ring. They wiped their feet off before they got in the ring. They got in the ring, and they worked hard. It didn't matter whether it was in front of 8 people or 80 people or 800 people. They worked hard. And I've seen it happen firsthand, where promoters try to keep you locked in to their promotion because they know how talented you are, but they don't want you to go out and start exploring the world, because other promoters are going to see you, and other promoters are going to say, hey, we're going to offer you this. Well, you guys are paying them peanuts. They're getting offered big time stuff. They're getting offered big time opportunities, but these promoters are trying to keep them under wraps because they don't want them to be exposed to the rest of the world and then grow and move on. And that's, to me, is sickening, because why are we doing this? For the younger guys that are doing this, Clyde Braddock is another person. We may not see eye to eye on things, but I agree with you, Ricky, when you say you see something in this guy. There's almost his passion is unparalleled to a lot of people, man. Like, this guy is passionate about what he does. I know he studies this, and I know and I've been in the ring with him, and I know firsthand. So there's no question in that. He's just getting started, and that's the scary thing about it. He's just getting started, and as long as these guys are not stupid enough to be held back, open your eyes, pay attention to what's going on. Promoters are promoters. They're not all the same, because there are definitely some good ones in this world, but there are some shitty ones.
Yes.
And you gotta watch out for that. That is something that is, some of the promoters that I've run across could give two shits about you. And this is something that I'm going to say, and I know I'm going to piss some people off, but you know me, I don't really care. If you have a ring that needs work done to it, you should not be running shows until your ring is up to par to have people in it working.
Thank you.
If your ring is not where it should be, there should not be a show. Everybody knows that Ox is out there. Ox rents rings, and I'd do anything in one of Ox rings. So there's rings available to you that are by far up to the standards of having us in it and having a show. These guys need to start realizing that you have to start telling these promoters, look, if you're not going to put me in a safe ring, I'm not going to put me in a safe ring.
Actually, do me a favor, because I've got to add one little thing to that. Because this is another pet peeve of mine, and we're taking this full circle. If I'm going to go work on a show with a promoter for the first time, I'd like to find out in advance who I'm going to be working with, for one simple reason. I want to have a chance to do a little bit of homework on this person to make sure they know how to work and they're going to be safe in the ring. Because the last time I checked, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, where you come from, kids. Your safety is only as tantamount as the person on the other side of the ring from you, and if they share that ideal.
Mm-hmm.
And one other little thing. Wick, you'll agree. Angie, you'll agree. AJ, Clyde, you'll both agree, I hope. When you start looking at other areas, when you start looking down the road, will this person that I'm about to have a match with help me to grow as a professional, or am I just taking an easy booking?
Mm-hmm.
This is a go ahead.
If you're not working with somebody who is, we learn from each other. Win, lose, or draw, we learn from each other. Just like I told you about Spiral. I've had a few matches, not a lot of matches with Spiral, but the level of competition between he and I have changed over the years, and he has become a million times better than he was the first time I worked him. And I mean, clearly I've changed as well, too, as a performer and a competitor. So I learned from him the night that we worked. And you also learn about a person's heart. You also learn about a person's character when you're in the ring with them. And he showed me some things about him that I did not know. And like I said, now this match that's coming up will be completely different because I see what he's capable of doing, number one, and I see what he's willing to do, and I've learned from it. If you don't learn from every situation, even if you realize that the person, once you lock up with them, they cannot work, you've learned something. I don't want to work with this guy anymore.
Bingo.
He can't work.
This will be a short effing match.
Yeah.
We're going home in 5 seconds.
Exactly. So with that being said, I mean, we should learn from everyone in every experience. And if there's a person, if you're not being pushed, if you're not being tested, if you're not learning something from somebody at a show, and I won't even say maybe not even your match. Maybe if you watch the other matches that are going on, you may learn something from a match before yours or a match after yours. There's still, if you have stopped learning, you probably shouldn't be in this business, because I think we're all still learning. Even the veterans that sit back and tell us all of the great stories that we listen to, are they even done learning?
Wick?
This has been a very interesting conversation. I think we have all learned a little bit from this. But Clyde, you've been very quiet. As someone who has completely come into the business and finally found a foothold and was able to springboard into what you're doing now, any advice you can give to people that were in the similar situation that you were not too long ago?
Know your place. It at the time, whenever I was selling merchandise and at the gimmick tables, that was my place at the time, because I had to. It was more of a proving myself thing to my trainer. That, I really did want to do it, because, I just stopped for a while there, and that I really did want to do it, and that I'm going to bust my ass to make it happen. So you have to prove yourself in this business. And there's going to be a lot of drinks in what I'm about to say, by the way. In this business, whenever you get to the level that you're able to have a voice and say what you want to, what you do is, people have said that you can't have friends in this business. That's not true. I don't believe that for that one bit, because you can be friends, but when it comes down to business, it's business. And you have to treat it like that. Like, once it comes down to me getting my money, or or anything that goes on out there in the ring is strictly business. If I get busted open and, on a complete accident, that's just business. It's part of it. Fucking grow a pair and move on. If you're in there not trained, if any person who's not trained who steps in a ring is listening right now, this is what I got to tell you. Get ready for the beating of your life, because anybody who is trained is going to beat the shit out of you. Because that's what I would do. And I've proven that time and time again. Like Eddie said, a short go home. 2 minutes in. And
if that.
If that. Just you know that whenever you have a voice and people look to you like, well, what do you think? Well, what do you this? What do you that? Then you speak up. That's my biggest advice. Know your place, but when you do get that opportunity, you dive in head first. And you don't look back. I'm not going back to what I was. Ever. Never. I was, like I said last week, I was meant to be in this business. I was born for it. Everything, I could have done great in college, messed up my leg, but this was what I got into wrestling in the first place for. College wrestling, this is why I got into it. Because I love professional wrestling and I wanted to make a career of it. And now I'm doing that. So, to all the naysayers, go fuck yourself.
I want to thank AJ for coming on with us tonight. This Saturday, Temple, Georgia, the Temple Rec Center. It's going to be a great event, and we'll see how everything plays out. Clyde Braddock has already alluded. He may show up. You never know. You never know who's going to be there. But Friday night, you're in Newport Richey, Florida, against two men who are actually part of the foundation of professional wrestling and part of the Circle of Disrespect. Mike Cruz and Simon Says, you have your work cut out for you.
Nope. I'll say it like I said it on Facebook. How can it be a triple threat match when I do not feel threatened at all? Because I've gotten to that level with my training and with, my cardio and all that. I can go with anybody. I'll put myself in the ring with anybody and be able to do anything. So, you never know, that shit's gonna be up on YouTube the night of. I'm gonna put it up there because it will be. I'll actually be dedicating that match to my great grandfather, and it's gonna be good because my great grandfather on the 20th, that was the day that he passed away, and he fought in 3 wars, and he fought in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Was one of the best men I ever knew. Stayed married to the same woman for Jesus. They got married when they were like 17 or something like that, and when he passed away, he was like 92 or something. So, dedicating that match to him, and I know it's going to be a good one.
I know a lot of people were looking forward to you against Mike Cruz, the singles. But to throw Simon Says in it, I think adds a little extra element to this match. So, of course, we know that you have been working on the cardio, losing the pounds. Anything else that you've been doing extra now that you know that Simon Says has been added to this melee?
I just really what I do is I do more cardio because I figure I can outlast both of them. If I think about doing cardio, I go and do it. Like after we get off the radio tonight, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna go run a couple of miles. I've been I'm in the best shape of my life, and I'm just not worried about anyone anymore. I know that my skills are on par with everyone. So, and I'm only getting better. I'm only going to get better.
Well, you have 3 dates in 3 different states to see the Sevenfold Saints. Holy shit, I tried.
Yay.
Friday, Newport Richey, Florida. The Grand Design Clyde Braddock in this triple threat match, even though he doesn't feel threatened. Then Saturday night, the Temple Rec Center, you have scheduled in a triple threat match, believe it or not. That is so fucking weird and synchromysticism in all itself and all its glory. In Josh Storm defending his UIW US title against Dropkick Steve Styles and scheduled to appear Friday. So this is taking on a whole new meaning. Then, of course, the 28th, Alabama, Braddock and Steve Styles together at last. They're like Simon and Garfunkel. I'm hoping that the Sound of Silence is played.
No, you know what our new entrance music is?
No, I don't.
Yeah, me and Steven have been talking about it at work. It's the Highlander theme. Here we are. Please look that up, Eddie. We'll play it before we leave.
Do you have Princes of the Universe?
Yeah.
Eddie?
Looking.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're pulling back the curtain a little bit. Thank you to everyone that has listened to us this evening, kind of go on a tangent. But December 28th, Pell City Civic Center, we got our first round opponents for, even though I feel like we should have a bye, and you know they're not going to let us get a bye because we're money and everybody's going to pay to see us beat the shit out of somebody. First round of the JYD Memorial Tag Team Tournament, Sevenfold Saints against who knows, but they will be prepared.
Don't have it.
3 states, Sevenfold Saints.
I better know who it not. It better not be who I think it is. Because if so,
well, it's not going to be the 5-Star Fight Club. I have been told that the 5-Star Fight Club will not be in the JYD Memorial Tournament.
Nope.
Is that true, Eddie?
True.
See? So, it will not be the 5-Star Fight Club, but other than that, who knows? I know that Dan has been out scouting different talents, and of course, so has Eddie.
There's some surprises coming up.
That was Casey Kasem in the weekly top 40.
And now, folks, here's our long distance dedication.
Clyde, how can everyone get in touch with you, sir?
Well, you can hit me up on Facebook at Clyde Braddock. There's only one. He is awesome. You can hit me up on Twitter at @thegrand_design. The T, the G, and the D are capitalized. Or you can hit up my manager, the Wicked Nemesis. He is on the line. I'm actually about to start making some new stuff, guys. I'm getting into this fucking world. It's crazy. I'm starting to want to do Vines and Instagram and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff in the future for the Grand Design. Whenever I get my Vine up, I'm gonna let everyone know on this radio station and everywhere else too, because I'm gonna start it off with trying to bring Will Sasso back doing the lemon vines, because I'm a big Will Sasso fan. Yeah, well, that's in the future, and we're gonna make it happen. So, right on.
Yes, be sure to let us know. We will get that out there to everyone, so you can, I guess, what are they? Vines? Send vines? I'm for the vines, so I apologize.
Oh, it's cool, man. I'm going to start making videos and making people laugh every day because I do enjoy making people laugh. When I get in the ring, I'm all business, but I do enjoy making people laugh. So.
Eddie, what does this network have upcoming, and how can everyone get in touch with you, sir?
Let's see. Let's run it down real quick. Tomorrow, which is going to be February the 19th, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, Cause and Effect present the Thursday Night Radio Throwdown. The Saturday Showcase may be on hold this week because of the road trip. Hashtag Ring of Honor road trip. Hashtag Chili Cheese Dog at the Varsity. And for the record, yeah, that
Are
is...
you actually saying hashtags here?
Well, I was going to say Hash Brown, but that's already been stolen. Hitman had that stolen from him by Neil Everett over on ESPN. You jackasses.
I got some hash brown knees.
Now, Sunday is going to be a very unique animal. I'm encouraging Wrestle Rage Radio to go ahead and broadcast live this week, even though there is, logistically speaking, a WWE pay-per-view. However, yeah, right, Fastlane, Joak, joke. Thank you, Jerry Reed from Smokey and the Bandit 1. I'm sorry, that's just being real. Beyond Ringside Live this coming Sunday, 5:30 p.m. Central Time, Wrestle Rage Radio. We're hoping they'll go at 8. And the new edition of the Midnight Black Mass slated to go at 10. If Wrestle Rage does not go in their regular time slot, we will be running an extended back-to-back-to-back of the Midnight Black Mass. The the brand new episode, followed by the previous 2. We're going to run them back-to-back-to-back this Sunday, February 22nd. Back to Basics, off and running. Thank you to Phil Stamper for coming on last night. Mabo, thank you for hanging out with me in hour 1. Greatly appreciated. The next edition of Back to Basics is going to be Tuesday the 24th at 8 p.m. Central Time. Let's see. I think I've covered everybody. Starting up in the month of March, Ted Guinness, brand new show called The Show. More information on that as situations unfold. This coming Saturday, I'm headed for Ring of Honor. I'm going to have some fun. The North Atlanta Trade Center in Norcross, Georgia, bell time 7:30 p.m. Tickets are going to be available at the door. You can get them online, and they'll be at will call. Match that has just recently been added, 6-man mayhem match. ROH TV champ Jay Lethal versus Hanson versus Cedric Alexander versus Michael Elgin versus Jimmy Jacobs versus the Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa. That's going to be a fun match to watch. Clyde, I want to, on the road trip, my best to you, brother. Drive safely. Be careful out there. To everybody headed for UIW Saturday night, I hope y'all have a safe trip. From there, for the network itself, for the show itself, remember, app available, Amazon, Android, BlackBerry. Apple users, please tune in, TUNEIN. TuneIn radio app is available for Apple, and we do have a station on TuneIn. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com. The media page has been updated. For me personally, Friday night's Buffalo Wild Wings Alabaster, 9 o'clock start time, and check out Fast Eddie Layne, LAYNE.com.
Eddie, we hope you also have a safe trip out to Ring of Honor. So
I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a blast. It's actually going to be Hitman and I on the road trip, and we're going to meet Smart Rage over there.
Oh my God, that is terrible.
Who knows? I might show up at Ring of Honor and get a freaking match. Who knows?
You know, that is conceivable. They do have tryout matches.
At the beginning?
Before.
What time does that start?
If you get there early enough, you can talk to. You can probably talk to Nigel. You can talk to whoever's on location booking. You can talk to Joe Koff or Kerry Silken if either of them are there. You might talk to Steve Carino. There's different people you can talk to if you get there in advance. Pulling back the curtain, kids. Sorry about that. But in all seriousness, yeah, they do tryout matches on the road.
Well. Guess who's going to be doing that?
And guess what? If you decide to show up in Norcross at Ring of Honor, stick around after the show because everybody's going to acquiesce to me on this one. We're going to the Varsity because I can't go to the Pink Pony anymore. I'm going to the damn Varsity.
Well, I got a show in Milledgeville that I'm going to crash, so I might be coming back, but. It's just because I got to crash the show, and I'm going to be running on a little sleep. Because I'm probably going to drive straight from Orlando on Friday after I get done wrestling.
Yeah.
Just come on up to Norcross and chill in the parking lot.
Speaking of, are you going down there for the 14th in March?
I'm not sure yet. They haven't got back to me on it just because
this show being canceled. Yeah,
this show being canceled. I'm going to know more about that tomorrow.
Well, do me a favor.
And on Saturday.
Let's take this part of the conversation off air. Wick, toss it back your way, sir.
Thank you to everyone that's listening tonight. Thank you to Calm Like a Bomb, Pandora, for joining us the first hour. Thank you to AJ Steele for an extended interview. Always welcome. You always learn something from this show, and that's what the To Be Determined show is all about. It is an educational process, and we aim to please, but also rack your brain a little bit. You can join us on Facebook. We have a Facebook fan page for Sevenfold Saints, the To Be Determined show, the Unlucky Charms, the Wicked Nemesis. But more importantly, Beyond Ringside has one as well. Give us a like, give us a share if you want. If not, thanks for even taking the time to check us out. For Clyde Braddock.
Take it easy, guys. I'll be at Ring of Honor doing that tryout, dear. I don't care. I don't care who knows it. I'll be there doing that. You know, I mean, I talked to somebody and they said you only get to make one impression, but you know what? I mean, I feel like that it'll be that whenever they hear my credentials and hear that I've only been doing it for, you know, not too long, then they'll see talent in me just like everybody else does.
You would have fit in perfectly in the top prospect tournament.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm down for whatever. You know, we can make it happen. Because like I said, I was born to do this, and I will be remembered.
For Fast Eddie Layne.
Two things. Number one, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, please remember, be true to yourself. Because after everything is crumbled into dust, you have to wake up with yourself the following morning. And number two, Clyde, if you do pull this off, you're damn sure taking Wicked Nemesis with you, because he's going to kick Truth Martini's ass.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is the To Be Determined show. I'm the Wicked Nemesis. Thank you all. Good night. Good luck. As always, leave your week to be determined. Don't be a maybe. Be a definite. Forever forward. Sevenfold Saints. Good night.